Okay, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me fine? I think you can, guys. Okay, that's excellent. And welcome to Live GOLOS. We are sorry for the delay. If everybody remembers, today is Friday, which means it's gonna be held in English, like we promised to hold it in English every Friday. Okay, hey Abid, sorry for the delay. You can use your voice. Roman, if you can hear me, I can hear my own voice back from your account. So if you can just mute your microphone, please, while others are speaking, so we don't hear the volume back. Or either Lisp, one of you guys. So, okay, Roman has left. That's another way of doing it. Why not? Okay, so before everybody starts to join in, I can see people starting to join in, but as I was late myself today, and I apologize again for that, I think we're having a sort of crash after crash going on. So we had one yesterday of the testnet, and today we had the crash with GOLOS evening, which is a correlation. So that's a good thing. Correlation is always good. So what happened yesterday is apparently there was a problem with the code, and to everybody who just joins in or will listen to it back, the problem was the amount of vests, as far as I understand. If anybody wants to correct me, I will gladly take that. Right now, the problem has been localized and it's been worked on. It's been worked on since last night, really. So I know that some people haven't been sleeping, like our GOLOS team, which is thanks to them for that they've been working on it non-stop. And I know that a lot of people from the English-speaking witnesses have been helping a lot. And Abit is one of them, as far as I'm aware. So thank you. I know that Anix, I think, was involved as well, and a few other people, but I don't see them here. Maybe they will join in later, or maybe they will listen to this. So we will be glad to see them. Okay, so last week, what we did is we went through some of our witnesses, some of our potential, delegates. We got familiarized with them, listened to their points of view on why they want to be witnesses or delegates, as we call them in Russian. Some of them had quite interesting, I would say all of them had very interesting stories and reasons why they want to be delegates. So that's good to know that we have such an active team that is building up, and such an active such a large amount of people with loads of different skills. So Abid, are you able actually to speak with the mic on today? I would be interested to listen to what you have to say on the project, if you can hear me, or maybe you can write if it's possible. I'll listen. A bit out of interest, if you can write down, I'm really interested in your thoughts on GOLOS, the project itself, and how do you view it? So while you be writing that, I'll be talking, but if you can sort of maybe say why you're interested in joining the project, and in what form are you interested to join the project? Are you interested to be a delegate as well? Or are you just interested as something that will help Steam grow? Well, just your general thoughts, basically. So that would be nice. Okay. Hello, Alexei. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, I can see that Valerie is wearing a nice pirate hat over there. That's nice. So that's the effects are working. So as far as I'm aware, guys, there was an announcement as well today. I translated in short into English the announcement. While I'm speaking, Abit is saying that he has no plan to run a witness node for GOLOS so far, but he will assist with the code review and so on. It's great to know. Not that you are not running for witness. That's not what great. That's not the great thing. The great thing is that you will, like you say, assist with the code review, because it shows from yesterday that you already did that, which is a great thing. But it's excellent to have somebody who knows a lot about this code with us, I think, and I think everybody will agree with me that it's very valuable adding to our society, if I may put it like that. Out of interest, Abid, do you see the project GOLOS as something that will potentially help Steam to grow as well? And this is only, of course, my personal opinion, but last week on the English version of Evening with GOLOS, we spoke with Yanis, which is Steam My Chicken, and we came to some conclusion that the way we see it is that projects like this actually helping in the long term, in the long run, will help will help Steam market cap to grow as well if this project succeeds, obviously, which we all believe that it will. So I'll be very interested to have your thoughts. If you can just drop me a small note as well in the chat, and I will say it in voice. So the announcement was that the actual launch of the live blockchain will move by 3 days, which means it will probably launch on the 18th. Also, apart from that, there was an announcement that we will we came to a conclusion that we will use definitely 1 gram of gold, sorry, 1 milligram of gold instead of 1 gram of gold. There will be no refactoring of the code. The economics, because the launch of the LiveNet has moved, the economics will not be touched because the crowd sale will probably be extended by 3 days. So that's a good thing as well. What else was the announcement? One other major thing in our announcement was that we have decided on a hint from Valentin from Steam to smooth out the upvote system, the upvote curve, let's say it mathematically put it down, which means that whales or dolphins or orcas or whatever, all the sea creatures of the to the meaning will have slightly less of an upvote, and all the minnows and dust or whatever you want to call it will have a slightly more of an upvote, which is actually a good thing because it means it adds to the whole system and the whole community. So I'm glad that that's one thing that we chose. So we have Dimitri as well with us. Dima, do you want to add something to what I'm saying, or are you good with the pirate's eye?
I don't think that I want something to add. Explain everything. Quite nice.
Okay, we had Alexander there with the pirate hat as well, so I think we're having a sort of a nice pirate party on today, which is a good thing. Okay, no, it's not a pirate hat. Alexander is going all Yiddish style on us today. So all the Orthodox is ruling.
Without any effects, yes.
Yeah, that's nice. If anybody else is wishing to share his... Oh, we have somebody else? No? Peter? No, you see, it's not as good as what Alexander did. I think his style sort of took first place. Okay, guys, so apart from that, what else? There was Alexander, that's killed it. That's good. Oy vey. Yeah. I hope, by the way, you know, Alexander, that it's Shabbat now, so you shouldn't be on here, really. You should be off now because the first stars came out a while ago, so, you know, we have to rest on the 7th day. Okay, so what I was saying is that another announcement that was made by the GOLOS team today is the bounty reward. There was an announcement as well as on the GOLOS Rocket Chat and on the Steam platform itself. And there was a translation that was as well published by Hipster as well as the Russian one on Steam and on Rocket Chat as well. So you can read that to read what bounties are available. I would want to point out, as was pointed in the announcement itself, that the bounty rewards are more of an action to do something and to discuss it. So if anybody has anything to discuss regarding the bounties, or maybe we can do it in Russian, which might be probably easier for everybody else tomorrow. So whatever you guys feel like, but in any case, if anybody wants to say anything now, that would be great as well. Actually, I'm not on the YouTube. For some reason I forgot to turn on. I don't see any messages on YouTube if they are going. If anybody sees anything, I will now check myself as well. I forgot to load the screen. Okay, now I'm loading it, and let me check. No, I don't think. Is it meant to be a cool echo? Alexander asks. No, it doesn't mean. Okay, it's finished. Okay, that's good that the echo is finished. Okay, so back to the reward pool, the bounty, sorry, pool. The bounties were for critical mistakes. One of them was vulnerabilities. Sorry, if I can pronounce that now. If anybody wants to help me to pronounce that, he gets my upvote next time that I'm on the GOLOS network is live. The problems, okay, with the web interface, the problems with the client, and there was another one, right? What was the third one?
You want to pronounce vulnerabilities.
The infrastructure.
Okay, yes, the infrastructure. Yeah, thank you, Valery, and thank you, Peter, for the pronouncement help.
Pronunciation to our service. Everybody who wants to penetrate can do it, actually.
Yeah, so basically, I like this idea. This is a very nice thing. I think it's cool. So it basically gives you sort of a legal way to mess around with the service, with the servers, and the service itself, which I think is a very cool idea. So sometimes people don't get the incentive, you know, to break something. Oh, sorry, usually people only get the incentive to fix something only after it breaks. So I think this is one step forward from the GOLOS team. What they did is they said, okay, let's not wait till it breaks. Let's break it by ourselves and fix it, you know. So please remember that if you do it, you have to actually show and explain how you bridge the service to be able to cash out, let's say, with the reward. Let's hope that it's a lot of money in the future, $22,500, and you will be able enough to go to Vegas and to play in the real casinos. So apart from that, it's nice to see that a lot of the actually English-speaking communities joining us. I saw a really big movement on Witnesses English channel yesterday before the network actually crashed. In fact, I will go further than that, and I will say that the movement on the Rocket Chat, on the English Rocket Chat, was actually it was much livelier than the Russia chat, which is a good thing, I think, because it means that people are interested, people from outside are interested. It means that the community is growing. It means, and the people that I see there is, how to put it nicely, it's not actually your average user, yeah? It's without meaning offense to the average user, yeah? But it's nice to see that we have such experienced people that join us, and I said it already at the beginning, but I think not a problem to repeat that. So if anybody else is actually has any thoughts on what I've been saying, or wants to add something, is welcome to do it. I saw yesterday Smooth joined the chat as well, which is nice. Peter, would you like to add something?
Well, I suppose that the same way that Steemit is a gateway drug to to the cryptocurrencies, the GOLOS would be a gateway drug to to Steemit for the Russian audience, because we have people who are well, they are naturally the same people that would be great to have on Steemit. They probably not the people who would join the Steemit today or maybe in a month, but maybe in a half a year with GOLOS, they would go there.
So are you saying that we will have more people from Steemit joining Golos? Is that what you're trying to say?
The GOLOS is launching with all people from Steemit, all the Russian community from Steemit, and I suspect that there's going to be people from the from the English community, from the international community,
Mhm.
and as soon as GOLOS is full power, it's going for at least half a year, like Steemit is today. Yeah, we'll have some people filtering back to to Steemit from the Russian community that would probably otherwise well never do so. So no, that helps because we need a bigger Russian community. There are a lot of thought that Russians are all going to GOLOS and well.
Okay, Peter, I think you're having trouble with the mic there, mate. But I got your point. I see what you're saying. But what I would like to comment, whoever listens to that on YouTube later on, and whoever listens to it live right now, who is not a Russian speaker, is that by no means, and we have said that before, and we have argued for that from the very first day, that by no means this is something to break up the community of Steam. In fact, like I've mentioned earlier on today, this is the complete opposite. This is to actually improve what Steam it has today. Peter, you having problems with your mic there, mate? Can you hear me, Peter? No. Okay, well, like I said, yeah, I'll carry on. What I was saying is that by, on the contrary, to breaking up Steemit community, it's the opposite. It's actually will, in my opinion, only make it bigger. Because, for example, if you take the Russian Steemit community, nobody, as far as I'm aware of, I don't know a single person who, because GOLOS is starting, will wants to leave Steemit. It has absolutely nothing to do with each other. In fact, it gives you the opportunity to write in English for Steemit and in Russian for GOLOS. It doesn't mean you have to post the same things there and there. It is, of course, up to the writer itself and the community to see whether they accept such things. But it does give you the opportunity to be heard in two different languages and give out two different opinions. So, which is a great thing in my opinion. In fact, I think that sooner than later, sorry, we will see definitely some sort of Chinese Steemit start. I'm pretty sure maybe it will be a Korean Steemit even, because the Korean group is quite large on Steam, from what I'm aware of. We have a lot of whales over there, and we have a lot of movement on the Korean side of Steemit, and the Chinese as well, but not as much. But I think this is definitely language groups that will, if this goes on and succeeds, will show them that they can do the same, and in return, it will give Steam the power to say that, hey, look at me, I'm sort of, let's go Star Wars style, I am the father, I'm the force behind all those projects, and I'm the father of all those projects, which means it will only help it grow. More people will join Steam, and everybody will be happy. This is what I'm trying to make a long point short, really. So yeah, that's regarding this point. Okay, so apart from that, I know that some English guys are interested in being witnesses, and I think it will be actually really cool if they did come here and did talk about their intentions. Because personally, I'm not. I don't think it's a bad thing that somebody not Russian speaker becomes a witness. In fact, if they're able to give the community, I don't care about what language the person speaks. If he's able to give the community what they need and what provide them what they want, then does it matter if he's Chinese, Russian, or English, or whatever, or Ukrainian, or doesn't matter. So I'll be really happy if anybody who is not a Russian speaker wants to join us next Friday. Well, next Friday Ned is here, by the way. That's Ned, Steam Ned. Everybody, I think, knows who Ned is, and he will have his say on what he thinks about GOLOS projects. But it doesn't mean that we cannot carry on the conversation later on, and I would be glad to have, like we did last Friday, an English speaker who is actually able to, who wants to be a witness and wants to explain his intentions. So, and I know we have such people. For example, I know that Anix is interested, and he actually promised me that he will be here, but maybe he's busy. Okay. I know that some guy is interested. I know that Proctologic is interested. I know that who else? Steve Walcott, P-Funk, Roland, and all those guys. I know they ran witnesses, and I know they said that they are interested in becoming a witness or a delegate on GOLOS as well. So yeah, if anybody has a different opinion, again, guys, you're welcome to write anything, and I will say it for you if you're not sure enough how to say that in English, or if you want to speak out, again, you guys are welcome. Please remember, you know that I can speak for a very long time without stopping. So to stop myself, it will be nice if somebody did jump in the middle. Okay, if not, what else happened in the past week? Well, apart from really getting familiarized with the possible candidates and possible delegates, I wouldn't say that much happened on those hangouts. We do discuss here the economy a lot. It is in Russian, but I did just say that the two things that we discussed were the using of gram instead of using of milligram instead of a gram. I'll make it sure that I'm not talking about weed, I'm talking about gold. And the smoothing out of the upvoting curve. So that's another thing that we discuss here. And I think it's a great thing that we are able to actually discuss these things here. I think it's nice that the devs, that the developers are coming out and giving us a chance to say our view or our opinions before we even launch the net, you know. So again, if you're an English speaker who is interested in the project, please either write to me on Rocket Chat, and you can, or on Skype, you can write on the Steam Rocket Chat as well. It doesn't matter. You can find me on pretty much any single social network, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, VK, YouTube, whatever. And I'm not sure how many others exist, but I'm sure I'm everywhere. So you are welcome to share your thoughts on the economy. Maybe you have something that you're not happy that the way it works in Steam, and you would have wanted it to be different in GOLOS. That would be another great thing to hear. So especially from guys who are there from day one. Because I myself haven't been from day one on Steam. I know that some of the guys here have, but you know, we have our own opinion, and we value yours as well. This is the point I'm trying to make. So anybody wants to jump in again, guys? I'd be happy to take some questions, to have some views, some opinions. Alexei, we can see a blanket picture. That's very nice. It looks like you're on a plane to somewhere, or on the road. Okay.
No, I'm on a train.
On a train. You see, I was close enough. Okay. Were you here last night when the network crashed, or?
No, actually, I didn't. You can tell about it in more details. And I would also be very thankful if you could also tell about that postponing of launch of production GOLOS blockchain.
Well, like I said, yeah, before you joined, I think the problem with the crash was the code with the code and the amount of vests, and I think it was actually Abit and a few other users who realized that, who noticed that, and together with the team, they made it possible to they're now working on restarting everything. So it's a good thing that it happens in a test, not in real network, because otherwise we would be pretty much, allow me to say that, fucked up. But
And what was the reason? And why didn't team crash on launch?
there was a different, as far as I'm aware of, there was a small difference in the code to do with the amount of vests. I know that if I go now into the technical English room and the delegates, there was actually a mathematical equation that's provided as well. I'm afraid I will not be able to find it that quickly, but if you do go on the GOLOS rocket chat and scroll up a little bit, you can see that it's to do with the amount of vests and the equation within the code or something like that, if I'm saying it correctly. Again, Alexander here is saying, suppose Abit can tell us more about this problem. Well, it would be nice, but unfortunately I understand that Abit is only able to listen. But again, Abit, if you can write down in the chat, I'll be happy to say it loud for you. So because I understand the problem generally, but I would love to understand more technical sides about it, and I think everybody else would be glad to understand it as well. About the postponing, well,
Sorry about that bug. I didn't get it clearly. So who introduced that bug? Who created?
it was within the code from the beginning. It was within the GOLOS code.
GOLOS code or Smith code?
No, it was within the GOLOS code. As far as I understand, there was a difference between the GOLOS and the Stimit code that regards the amount of vests. And as soon that last night, when the team started to try to do vesting, then it crashed. So I don't want to say more because I'm a little bit afraid that I will say technically something wrong, because I'm fully don't understand technically the problem. I'm aware how it happened. Here, Alexander is saying in the chat that too much vests or jests, was generated and made an overflow. Well, yeah, basically that's what I'm trying to say, but I would love to understand the technicality behind the equation and behind why it was too much in the first place. Why weren't we prepared maybe? Or why did we make the mistake in the code, or so this is why I don't understand yet. So I would love to understand that.
So now that test blockchain is off, is that right?
Yes, it's dead. The first testnet is, as far as I'm aware of, it's gone. So we will have.
So my witness node doesn't process blocks.
Nobody produces blocks right now, as far as I'm aware of. Not only your witness, but everybody else's as well. We did try last night before we understood the problem, to resurrect it in different ways, but it didn't work. And then, like I said, there was, like Alexander is saying, it's a good idea to turn off your witness node, by the way. I didn't say that in the beginning. Thank you, Alex.
I was not around for the last few days, so we didn't know that news. And will there be a second attempt to launch a test blockchain, or
Of course.
when is gonna happen?
Well, that's a good question to Dima. Unfortunately, he is gone. So maybe Konstantin, if you want to answer that, I know you can hear us. Maybe you can write in the chat. I know you have problems with the mic as well sometimes. Okay, if not, from what I understood, again, this is only from my understanding, that as soon as the code is ready, then it will launch. Some people are saying, I mean, maybe Primus, maybe you want to try and answer that. I know that you are more technically, much more aware. Okay, Konstantin here is saying that we will start as soon as ready. Well, basically that's what I'm saying as well. Maybe here's Valery. I think this is the right person to the right test person to answer this question. But I think Konstantin already answered it. But Valery, what Alexei is asking, do we have a rough time for launch of the second testnet? A rough understanding on when it will happen, Valery?
Sorry, I missed the question. Can you please repeat? You are asked about when we are going to launch the second iteration of testnet. Am I right?
Yes, yes. Alexei is asking when rough. Okay, it's understandable that as soon as we are ready, that's understandable. But do we have a rough time? Maybe tomorrow, 2 days, 3 days?
Yeah, we are going to do this tomorrow. Maybe before 2 o'clock. Release the code, release 2 versions of code with config for second testnet, and the second one is with configuration for production network. And with this, we are going to, after this, send it to Dan, to the code review, and also going to make bounty for code review to our community.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have one more bounty. If somebody have any ideas with code, because we should move faster, we need making this bounty for you to changing the vote and payouts distribution, because we think we discussed it yesterday. We think that we should make it a little bit flat rather than Steemit have now, with motivation to give a little bit more power to non-whales.
Mm-hmm. So basically smooth out the curve, yeah. That's Alexander is asking here, do I need to rise up my seed node again? Because how I see only foreign guys use my seed node for mining. I don't know if this was a serious question or not, but I noticed that as well, by the way, that only his seed node was used for mining. Alexander, was that a serious question? I have a question, Valery. How the first code, it was reviewed by Dan, right?
No.
Ah, okay, okay. I was interested whether this problem with the amount of vests, maybe you can explain this, by the way, because like I said, that I'm not enough technically familiar with all the understanding behind and understand the problem, understand why it happened.
Why it happened? Because we are make a big initial distribution, and of course in first hard fork we have a code that multiplier amount of best, and after this it's rapidly grow very fast. Grow fast, and we didn't think exactly about this. We think about precisions of shares and other tokens, but we didn't, because it's, you know, it's a very complex system with a lot of dependencies, a lot of parameters, and they have dependencies to each other, and we didn't predict that this can cause this issue.
But as far as I'm aware of, okay, now I understand a little bit more what you're saying, but as far as I'm aware of, there was, from what I saw in the chat last night, that there was a difference between the, especially for the amount of vests in the code of Steam and in the code for GOLOS, right? There was a small difference in this code, in the way it's counted.
Yeah, it's the way it's counted.
Okay, but and was there a particular reason why it was different, or was it on purpose and from the beginning, or was it a mistake, or?
No, it's because in our case we have another input with initial supply, and it's a little and it's make different output which we cannot, which we didn't predict, because in code we have a tool for plot amount of Steam GOLOS supply, but with best guess it's little bit another situation, and now we have what we have, but I think it's very good that we
discover the problem now.
That discover this problem at it in testnet, and I think we will with our research and ABIT research progress. Thank you one more time, ABIT, for your activity and help to other community. And now we have a solution for this. And one more, we myself, which we would like to community, asking to community help to changing the void and payout distribution.
So you're saying that there's going to be another, like I said, bounty for the code review, right, within the community?
Not only with code review, with code which changing the current state
payout
of
system.
Payout. Because I have an idea, but you know, it's a great economic question, and first point, we can do this before launch with help of community, or in another point we can do this after launch with one of hard fork, maybe in after first payouts, but we very would like to do this before launch, but we need help with this.
Yeah, I agree with you that it's better if it was done within the community and before launch, of course, rather than it will happen, you know, in 2 months' time, which is a hell of it, even more than 2 months, even no, almost 3 months. So if you're saying after first payout, so it's would make a difference, of course. Okay, I'm sure that we have enough technically strong people within the community, I think, that will be able to help. I'm sure there will be someone that steps up and does it. I hope so, anyways. Maybe it's an idea to, you know, no. Okay, let's leave it at that. Okay, let's leave it at that. Okay, is there anything else anybody wants to ask or to add, guys? Anybody else wants to practice their English a little bit?
It's a real practice right now.
That's good. Good.
I would like to really appreciate it to Russian and English delegates. Was this night I was surprised because it's first time for me when I coordinating online so much people is so complex system like blockchain and all delegates witnesses was very coordinated, and before we find that problem was with integer flow in amount of BES, before we find it, but it's always funny that it's what was because it was obviously from the first time, but I didn't find in the first seconds of when network crashed. We trying to
Resurrect it.
shoot down nodes, and we think with my seed node, because my seed node stuck at block 52,265, but the crashing block was in 266, and it's one more funny fact. I'm repeating this: it was mined by hipster.
So now we have somebody to blame. Okay, that's nice.
When it was no amount of rest was overflowed. Once again, guys, thank you for your time with us for coordination. Really, I am surprising. I'm really feel good to this with this night with you, and I think we will make goals great again this Saturday, tomorrow, and in production in Thursday.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think it was really great that the way everybody participated together, and everybody was really coordinated by yourself. And apart from the fact that you were coordinating it, it was nice to see that both Russian and English-speaking delegates were sort of coordinating, coordinating, and participating, everybody together. Because, like Valery said, we didn't realize from the beginning that the problem wasn't the code. We tried to resurrect the network, I think twice. Yes, I think it was twice.
Twice, yes.
Yes, yeah, and every time you had, everybody had to shut it down at the simultaneously. They had to delete the file.
Linux time.
Sorry?
Synchronizing our
Yeah,
time.
yeah, and especially taking into consideration that in Russia it was very early in the morning. Shall we say that, because it was about 4 o'clock or so. So
it was beginning in our location in
This is
0 o'clock, and we was with it, and we go sleeping maybe in the beginning of 5.
yeah, because same here. So yeah, so I think it's really great, and again, it shows how much of coordinated community we have. I think it's a nice example of that we can work together. I'm out of interest. Who is the user with the sheep picture that is just joined? I think it's a very nice avatar picture you have there. Whoever this is, I don't know who it is, but it has a nice question marks on it. And now I'm really curious as to who this is, because it's the first time I see this guy on the Hangouts. But you are welcome. And yeah, so it's.
Can I ask? It's a bit of strange. Today I saw a title of some Steemit pod that specific date of productive blockchain is already announced, right? But we still don't know when second test attempt will be performed.
Yes, of course. If we will find any issues on the second iterations, dates, I think, will be moved again. We, of course, don't like to do this, but in any way, we will should do this if we will find new issues.
Basically, Alexei, we are hoping for the best, you know, expecting the worst, but hoping for the best.
Yeah, we are going to this night, because in Virginia it's maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 o'clock, or it's dinner right now. Going to send code diff of code bases estimated GOLOS to them, and maybe we will give our answer and maybe other ideas before tomorrow morning, and we will do something with this.
Mm-hmm. So it's an opportunity that we, if Dan is quick enough with the review, that we are actually ready before Tuesday, right? We won't launch before Tuesday, but it's possible that we may be ready before, if everything is good with the code, and then it's quick enough to review it, right?
Because we made decision, didn't make any refactoring of code base. Now, in the current state, the code have minimum changes
This is
on the
Russian
causes or on the causes snapshot and curation and auto reports. They before wasting and changing of percentages, which make reward fund.
Mm-hmm.
As Sergey said, let's hope for the best. Living in Russia should always hope for the best.
I think you should hope for the best wherever you live, not only in Russia. I think you should hope for the best even if you live in, I don't know, what do you consider to be an epitome of a living country? Everyone probably has their own example of the best place they want to live at. So live at, but I think it should be a motto for everybody, hope for the best. Because really we should be optimistic about it. I don't think, I really don't see any problems really. I mean, even if we move, even if there is a problem with the code, or even if, you know, there's a problem with the second testnet, like Valery mentioned earlier, it's, and like I did mention before that, it's much better to find these mistakes now, move the launch of the real blockchain again, rather than launch everything on time and then crash on the real blockchain. And this will have irreversible irreversible results if we crash on the real blockchain. You know, it will have problems that we cannot solve. And if we move the launching again, then it's it's much easier on people, on the mind of people.
Yes, and it was a story with Steam. They crashed it maybe on the second day of production.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, it's not unusual story.
It's not talked about. Yeah,
for so complex projects, meaning code and economic and network, a lot of points.
Yes, Steam had even more serious situation when it was hacked, and that harmed its reputation at the beginning. So
when the passwords were stolen, right?
yeah, and not only the passwords, but also phones of some users.
Yeah, so let's hope that, again, and I would like to remind everybody that when Alexei sent it, I don't know if Alexei, you missed it at the very beginning, we spoke about the bounty pools, and I would like to mention it again, remind you people that, especially for what Alexei has said, there is a bounty on offer, beginning from the testnet to bridge into the GOLOS technical account, and so you're welcome to do it legally. And explain to the team how you bridged it, and you will receive a bounty for that if you are able to do it. So let's hope that somebody from the inside does it before it happens, before it doesn't happen in real life, because let's hope it doesn't happen to us. So yeah, guys, so before we carry on talking in circles and circles again, I think we mentioned a few points here, and we listened to a few points of view, and mainly we listened to me, unfortunately. So I will hope that next Friday that we will have a few more people who would like to join and practice their English. That would be much nicer, because it's I like my own voice, but I like when other people join in as well. So and I would like to remind you guys as well, next Friday we will have Ned here. I'm not sure if it will be exactly at 8 o'clock in the beginning. I'm talking about Moscow time here, so it's 5 p.m. UTC or 8 o'clock Moscow time. Let's hope that he's on time. If not, he has confirmed. I hope that he doesn't change, but let's hope so. Okay, so guys, thank you. Sorry again for the late start today. Anybody wants to say something before we finish? No?
Sure.
Vitaly, did you want to say something there, or what was that?
Сам говори.
Guys,
What is?
Shane. You got a new sponsor. Back to yesterday talk about what an
You have tons of.
Yes.
Okay, for somebody who doesn't understand what's going on, yesterday the guys announced that we have a new sponsor. It's a joke, by the way, yeah. A tea sort of advertisement. So for somebody who's missed it, this is the second part of the advertisement, as far as I'm aware of. So drink Gentian tea. Enjoy your Friday evening. Drink less alcohol and drink more Gentian tea. This is what I will say to you. Okay, guys, have a good weekend. See you tomorrow. Whoever is joining us tomorrow, of course, it will be in Russian, so you can come practice your Russian if you're an English speaker. Okay, guys.
Thanks for your time. We're glad to see you all here, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to launch new testnet, so turn off your computers, see updates on Steemit with code, with release, and see you on Delegates Tech in Russian and English channel.
Yep. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for you've been on the evening with GOLOS channel. So with me and the team and everybody else. So thank you and goodbye.
Bye, guys.